the place for comic book and anime reviews.
Hey there you guys, with Rabbit Cable 12's YouTube channel. I pay for all your comic book and anime reviews. And then you got my review for the Superman Special #1, Escape from Dinosaur Island. So this page of this story is giving the last story by Peter J. Tomsai before Bendis takes over the book. And the story he's telling inside this book deals with the events that happened in Dinosaur Island. And we get pretty much Superman kind of returning there near the end of this issue, near the middle of this issue. After he sees, it's kind of cool. He just kind of cool title. It says for those who serve, and he gives you like Peter Tomsai, Patrick Gleason, the same writers who have been on Superman all this time, and they're holding the man who they left in Dinosaur Island's leg, and they decide to kind of go back and kind of return him back to his world again. And we kind of find him like he's being on the run by these dinosaur creatures. And Superman eventually kind of comes back to kind of save him from it. They actually end up teleporting inside of the dinosaur's belly, and they end up breaking out of it and kind of freeing themselves from it. And they kind of just tell him like, hey, we're here to kind of save you, kind of get you back. And he ends up surprisingly agreeing with him. He actually wants to leave too, which is kind of hilarious. Like, you just like, I want out of here. Like, he's kind of just sick of this place at this point. And, they save him. They find a few dinosaurs, which is really cool. And they ultimately do end up getting him out of there at the very end of the issue. And he ends up telling him, Superman ends up telling him his secret identity, being Clark. He ends up trusting him with that. And the issue kind of just ends like with Superman kind of going back to meet with Lois in the end of the story. And his kids, of course. And it's really nice and it's really cute, and I really enjoyed it. And that's where the first story ends off. The second story, because there's 3 of them in here, not as great to me. Art for it is by Brian Hitch. You guys know how I feel about Brian Hitch. He had a pretty horrible run on Justice League, and his art I've always felt to be kind of terrible. The one panel I will say I thought was actually really kind of cool, though, was, let me see, where's the panel? It is one. This one where he's holding the dog. That was a really cool, interesting panel. I thought was very well drawn by him. And what this kind of whole story is about is like Superman trying to save these little animals and these pets. It's a really cute story for the most part, but it didn't really resonate with me all that much. I didn't like the way it ended with Superman, the little shining light and everything. That was cool. But just overall, I was kind of disappointed with that story, and also disappointed with the last story as well. Art in here was even worse than Brian Hitch's art, in my opinion. Like, that was really, really bad. And just overall, aside from the Peter J. Tomsai story, this was kind of a very disappointing $5 special for me. I didn't really enjoy. I enjoyed the last story, the first story by Peter Tomsai, but it wasn't really nothing that major either. Just Peter's always kind of just saying goodbye to his character. But I was hoping for a lot more, like him to do something different, but he didn't really end up doing a whole lot different. I was also hoping for the entire book to be about Peter Tomsai's last story, not just one story inside of it, and the rest of these other 2 kind of really horrible stories. And it's kind of like I had to pay $5 for 1 good story and 2 kind of not that great stories. But what can you do? I think I remember, but also Superman Special Issue number 1. Let me know what you guys are about this Superman Special, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.